This is a really nice piece of dark spring roll, and this is the 6th one I'm eating in one sitting. But guess what? Some people seem to think that I do not eat, and this couldn't be further from the truth, because I just had 6 dark spring rolls in one sitting. Okay, and that is my treat, and I'm gonna have that because I love food, right? That is why in today's topic I will be speaking about the trials of being the skinny friend. A lot of people don't talk about it because it's somewhat seen as a taboo topic sometimes, and so people just do not talk about it because, you know, they're so grateful to be able to maintain the same dress size all year round that they don't want to sound ungrateful by saying, oh no, being skinny can actually be hard in some friend groups. So I'll be talking all about that in today's video. If you have a skinny friend, you may want to tune in to know what they may be struggling with, especially with their weight. Yeah, you heard me right. Skinny people also sometimes struggle with things around their weight. Okay, so the first reason why being the skinny friend is hard is because everyone assumes you do not eat. Okay, like I said, I had 6 dark spring rolls, but no, people assume you do not eat. And so when you're about to eat something that's like really massive, you're like, oh, why are you gonna eat all that? Where does it all go to? Oh, you really eat that much? Oh, where does all your food go? And it's like, if you have to deal with that every day in a specific friend group, like, it's just not easy, is it? And you know, the thing is, you cannot also speak on other people's weight or what they're eating, but you're allowed to do the same to you. Where is the equality for skinny people? Tell me. Yeah. So like, these people spew all sort of things and comments about what you eat, feign surprise that you eat, like, oh, so you eat that much, so you have chocolate, so you have sweets. Like, I'm so shocked. And this could be people that have known you for years and years, but all of a sudden, because you're maintaining the same stature, maybe as you grow older and you're not, it becomes, oh, so you eat. And they're just doing it to make you feel uncomfortable when they wouldn't feel okay if you are doing the same thing to them. But because you're the skinny friend, you have to sort of bear the brunt of it. Second one is definitely comments about your body that may be uncalled for. It's the constant, oh, shut up, you're already skinny. Or, oh, shut up, you don't need to worry about that ever. Or you're not just allowed to speak about certain conversation or speak on certain conversations because people just think you're skinny, so you don't have any contribution to make anyway, and they just shut you down. Oh, you're so skinny. They don't know what you've possibly done to be like that, despite the fact that you eat. There's also comments like, oh, you can eat anything, you don't have anything to worry about. Oh, there's also comments like, oh, I wish I had your body. And then the famous one, do you even eat anything? Look at your arm. And they physically lift your arm. Like, do you know what I mean? How uncomfortable that could feel for a skinny person. So like, being skinny is not all roses, and if you're looking to maybe gain skinny privilege, this may be something that you want to know, because this is something you probably have to deal with from people that most of the time they don't have your best interest at heart anyway, and so you feel uncomfortable in the moments, but you can't really even talk about it. So while people may think, oh, being the skinny friend means you're definitely confident all the time, this is not always the case, especially if all your life you're used to just being your weight being talked about, your weight being topic of conversation, especially if like you've been skinny all your life. Like for me, I was very skinny as a teenager, especially in my really early teens, and people like, oh, there's nothing to you, oh, the wind could blow you away, and they just like laugh about it, and it's supposed to be something that you can take in and not worry about. And most of the time, this kind of people are on the other end of the spectrum, and if you mention about their weight or how they probably need to lose weight, it would be a problem. At least most of the time, if you're born skinny, genetically skinny, and you slowly add on weight throughout your life, and your body's just slow to add on weight, and you're really skinny as a teenager, this is something that's genetic. Most of the time you can't do anything about it. Whereas being bigger, even if there's some genetic bits to it, you can definitely do something about it. Most of the time you can at least make an effort, right? Being skinny, to be unhealthy to eat certain amounts of food just because you want to gain weight, which I do not advise, by the way, because if your body decides to slow things down, like slow down aging or slow down adding on weight, definitely keep that and don't let anyone make you feel lesser for it. Yeah, so being skinny is not always like as easy as people think it is. So if skinny privilege is something you are looking to gain, or if you're on a weight loss journey, this is something you may want to know. Another common problem the skinny friend faces is feeling guilty for complaining about their body, right? So people think being skinny equals being confident 24/7, 7 days a week. And if you are looking to attain skinny privilege, you may think that will be the case for you. But especially if you're a lady, you still have days where you feel bloated, where you feel like, oh, you're just heavy and everything you eat just seems to be like staying in your body. This could be hormonal, because like with estrogen and progesterone, there's increasing water retention in your body, and so for this reason you may just feel really bloated. And as a skinny person, you're allowed to complain about these things, but do people around you feel comfortable most of the time? Most people around you may not necessarily feel comfortable about it. They may feel like why is she complaining about body? You're skinny anyway. Like, what right have you to complain? The gods have bestowed this gift of being skinny on you, so what problem do you have in life? How dare you complain about the way you look? Being skinny does not translate into body issues, especially as a woman day to day with hormone rising and falling. It doesn't mean that would automatically go away. So let skinny people complain, please, okay? And even sometimes when skinny people eventually like mount the courage to talk about the way their body looks and maybe not being happy about it, maybe wanting to develop certain areas of their body, they're looked at like, it takes a lot of courage sometimes for skinny people to actually say that. Maybe they sometimes even feel just comfortable saying that with another friend that looks the same as them, but not in public, because otherwise people look at them like, oh, or they may look like, oh, she's obsessed with her weight, isn't she? Just because of how you look. They don't know if you even eat a lot. They just think, oh, she's obsessed with her weight, she doesn't want to add on weight. They don't even know if it's genetic for you, and it doesn't really matter if you eat loads or not, for it to show on the outside. It can be tiring sometimes. And if you're a skinny person, please, you're allowed to complain, because other people that want to lose weight, they complain about it. So why can't you complain about, feeling bloated? Yeah, it's allowed. Okay, that's your weekly validation to complain. There's another big one that I personally struggled with when I was younger, but not now, is not finding anything that fits. It can be such a hard journey sometimes when, okay, they make size 4 and then you're younger and there's nothing lower than size 4, and so you end up having to wear these baggy clothes that don't fit you, don't make you look good. And especially because I come from an African culture where certain types of our native attires are built for women that fully developed. And so when I was 13, 14 and I was just really skinny, nothing really fit. It just fell flat on my body, and those things are actually made to sort of accentuate a more feminine figure. And if you don't have this, it just wouldn't work for you. And sometimes, or a lot of times, lots of skinny people will struggle to find something that just fits their body. The way other people on the end of the spectrum may struggle sometimes, skinny people also experience these struggles where it's hard to get anything to fit. It's just difficult. It's just such a chore to go shopping, because you don't know if you'd find your size. Even sometimes on some websites I still check and I can't find my size, and this is why there are some websites that are actually designed for smaller people, and and you see people getting mad about it. But smaller people or skinnier people, or people with skinny privilege, also struggle with finding something that fits. So let them have that. Okay, let them have that. It is indeed a struggle, like having baggy jeans or something fits one side of your body. Maybe it fits your waist but just looks baggy over your hips, or fits your hips, does not just looks baggy over your waist, and that's supposed to be smallest size available. And then you have to like make sure it stays on your waist with a very tight belt, because like it just doesn't fit. Clothing brands, do better for skinny people, just not people on the other end of the spectrum, okay? Plus size people, okay? At the end of the day, every body size, every body type has one issue or the other. There's always something. Life is not perfect. We know this, but let skinny people say that. Let skinny people explain that life is not perfect. Let them have it, okay? Like, life is not perfect no matter what you have, or your body size, your body shape, the contours you have on your body. So let people just be, okay? And they'll let you be. Let's let each other be, okay? Let's let each other coexist, okay? And this is why being the skinny friend is hard, especially in a friend group where others are struggling to stay skinny. Can you relate to any of the things I've said in this video? Definitely drop a comment in the comment section, and I could possibly do a part 2 because I have so much to say about this, but I'll just leave it at that for now. And let's start this discourse about how being a skinny friend can be hard in the comment section so other people can see it and definitely relate to it. And I would see you in my next video on my skinny privilege series. Till then, cheerio.